simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side. You can change it. You can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Right now, the brain filters everything out but the five senses, and therefore I see you and the things around me as almost like a measly trickle, someone said, of what is actually available for me to see.
About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning, and it clearly showed a tumor on my pancreas. I didn't even know what a pancreas was.
The idea that William James brought forth was that when you have a mystical experience or a near-death experience, what happens is those filters in the brain are actually partially removed. But in normal waking physical consciousness, those filters are there for a good reason, to help us function in this physical world.
It turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. I had the surgery, and thankfully, I'm fine now. This was the closest I've been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades.
His dying words were, and this is reported by his sister, who was right at the bedside, his sister Mona Thompson, a novelist.
I think the phrase that he said was like, "Oh wow," and he just kept repeating "Oh wow" as he was passing away.
Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. And Jobs was looking out across the room at something.
I've interpreted what that may have meant. I have no idea, obviously, because it's not around to tell us that that's what happened. But I have this idea, this sensation that he sees his family, he thinks about the totality of his life lived, and he was happy.
There was this awesome kind of smile on his face, like, what is that? And we have every right to think that what he saw was the glimpse of the world that he was about to enter.
Everything. All external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
I think a lot of people have to do things that are motivated by other people's perceptions of them, and also motivated by the pressure that's exerted by the people that are very closely around you, that sometimes can be your friends. The inevitable is this moment that I think everybody goes through, where they're asking themselves whether they've lived a completely fulfilling life the way that they define it.
Death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new.
I'm not afraid of death anymore. And I think a lot of the struggle that we have in life comes from a deep, deep fear of death.
Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life.
We're not really here very long, and we don't really matter that much. And nothing that we do lasts.
Nothing lasts. Nothing lasts. Not your enemy, not your friend, not your youth, not your dreams, not your fears, not your hopes, not even yourself. Nothing lasts. And this has been said often, but felt rarely.
This is such a short and precious life, that it's really important that you don't spend it being unhappy. There's no excuse for spending most of your life in misery. You've only got 70 years out of the 50 billion or so the universe is going to be around. And whatever your natural state is, it's probably not this. This is your living state. Your dead state is true over a much longer time frame.
Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to do. Everything else is secondary.